I'm here doing my literacy timeline for Dr. Crawford's class, so I will just go ahead and jump right into it. And I thought a really important part to start with would be found in my baby book. So sweet. So this is the Little House baby book. It talked about some of the awesome firsts of my literacy, which is kind of exciting. So let's just see if we can't find it here. Awesome. So this page, the other one has my hair in it. I feel like that's really weird, so I'm not going to show you that page. But this one is called My Favorite Things. And so it says my favorite stories were animal sounds, hand, fingers, thumb, and the very lonely firefly. And so some of my favorite music was Ring Around the Rosie, London Bridge is Falling Down, and Pop Goes the Weasel. So those are some of my awesome, singing and reading sort of beginnings here. And then as we keep on going forward, we'll get some of my first words. If I can get there. Here we go. So this page is called My First Words. So it says my first sounds were the tire squeal noise, which I'd love for my mom to, talk to me about or explain what that noise is. Give me a demonstration. And it says guzz, a spitting gargling sound. So those are some of my first sounds, so yay, go me. My first words in this order, mama, daddy, yay. I remember my mom telling me my third word I ever said was yay. Hi, hola, amen, bye-bye, Jonathan, that's my brother's name, but it says in, parentheses, it says, Ethan, or something. It wasn't actually Jonathan, because, I'm not that, super smart baby or something. And then mine and yeah. And then it says my first phrases were, there you go, when handing my mom a toy out of my playpen. And that was December 6th, 2000, when I was 16 months old. And then my favorite words, I like to say ups when I dropped something, and that was at 16 months old. I also love, one of my favorite words was toes. That was at 21 months old. Yeah, toes. And then yelly, which was a nickname for our dog, our golden retriever at the time. So those were my first words. So I thought this was so appropriate, for this project. It made so much sense to show you some of my baby pictures because it's just so cute. This is one of my favorite pictures. Oh, that's my dad. And then here's me. Dang. And then there's me again. Aw, so cute. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into my literacy journey when I started kindergarten. Let's go. So once I entered kindergarten, I really remember my mom still very actively reading to me and singing to me and everything, like the Hungry Caterpillar, Hands, Fingers, Thumb, and a whole lot of those classic kid books from the 90s. And those were always super awesome. That's really what I remember from kindergarten. I don't remember much of my literacy at that point. When I entered second grade, I remember reading a book to my grandma, and it was a princess book, so it had all the princesses, and I just thought it was the coolest book ever, and I was trying to read aloud to her, because I loved, at this point, reading aloud, and I didn't know the book well enough. I couldn't read it, and I remember being so frustrated with that, but I did still love reading aloud, and I still love reading aloud to this day. At this point, I did want to be a teacher since I had been to so many years of schooling. So at this point, I'd already wanted to be a teacher, so I remember reading books aloud to my stuffed animals in my bedroom, and then writing little, math problems on my whiteboard, and you know, I always had that one student that was the troublemaker that I'd always you know, yell at, you know, just like teachers do. And so that's what I remember a lot from kind of age 7. As I entered age 8, I joined James River Children's Choir and James River Children's Chorale. Whoop whoop. Yep, that was awesome. I was really into singing at this point. I love singing. I did a lot with James River. I actually was in I Love America 2 times. So, you know, feeling all proud of myself right now. But at age 8, I do remember being pretty prideful that I could kind of tell that I was kind of a above average reader, and I thought I was so cool because, you know, I was in the reading group where we were reading chapter books, and my other friends were reading, you know, picture books, but I was so smart, and so I was reading a chapter book, so I thought I was just the coolest person ever, and that's what I remember a lot from at age 8. I also really got into Junie B. Jones. I still have that collection to this day. I have so many Junie B. Jones books, and from time to time, not gonna lie, I still kind of break them out and read them myself. It's fine, whatever. And then I also really got into the Berenstain Bears. I remember my mom reading them to me, and then I thought it was so cool I started to be able to read them to myself, because those are actually a little bit harder books to read as a child. And so I still have a huge Berenstain Bears collection as well. It's pretty crazy. Then from 3rd through 6th grade, so kind of that elementary time just before junior high, I had an incredible love for books, but I definitely noticed that I had a great love for writing. And I don't even remember what grade or what teacher this was. I know it was probably like 3rd or 4th grade maybe. There's a teacher who was very just like allowed us to exercise creativity during writing time, and we got to kind of choose whatever we wanted to write about, which was a super cool experience for me. Sometimes we did get prompts, but it was nice having a good amount of freedom with writing, and so I had a really fun time during that time of class, and it would fly by. I'm kind of going into age 12 through 14, which is kind of junior high class, and this is around junior high. I still loved reading a lot. This is kind of whenever my love for reading got real intense, kind of near the end of junior high. But I remember doing speech and debate class. One of my favorite categories to do was storytelling, which was just, you know, memorizing a book and then making it kind of come to life with your words, with your actions. It was a really cool experience. I did an excerpt from my favorite book of all time, still to this day. It's my favorite book of all time. It's The Man Who Loved Clowns by Junior Ray Wood. That I actually discovered Junior Ray Wood and fell in love with her as an author at this point in my life. And then I also did a storytelling routine for speech and debate with The Real Story of the Big Bad Wolf, which is a really popular kids book. I had a really good time with that. I also participated a lot in drama in the class, not the, girls being mean to other girls, but I guess a little bit of that happened too, not gonna lie. I did a lot of drama. I remember being an elf in the Christmas play and a bunch of fun stuff like that. So I kind of went through the arts. Kind of as a child, I definitely was more of the drama, acting, singing sort of person. And then my high school years, I kind of got sick of reading. I think kind of my reading a whole bunch like crazy kind of peaked in freshman year, and after that I got a little bit sick of reading. And then once 16 hit, I got a car immediately as soon as I turned 16. And because I had a car, I needed to put gas in it and make sure it ran. So that meant I had to work to maintain my car. So kind of work and school kind of consumed my time. And so I didn't have as much time to really enjoy reading as much. Now that I'm in college, I think I'm still kind of in that over reading. I still enjoy reading from time to time, but it's not as crazy as it used to be. And also it's just because once during the school year you have so much, you have to read like in textbooks and everything. And then also if I'm not reading textbooks, I'm doing devotionals, and then there's just very little effort that I want to give to reading and everything like that. But kind of a few things that I really couldn't find a place to put. I was thinking about literacy and all that it entailed, and I've always basically been talkative. I don't know if you guys have been able to catch on to that, but my whole talking aspect of literature came pretty quickly. I remember people kind of talking about my like words that I use, I guess. I really don't see myself as having like a really like high vocabulary, but I have been complimented, and it might just be because I live in a family full of smart people, so I have to pretend I'm smart in order to survive. It's a survival technique. But anyways, that is my literacy throughout my life. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!